Daddy joined.
As long as you don't interrupt
I
me,
do it all the time.
you shall be fine. Welcome, this is Keely.
So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do it all the time. So, I'm still here. Keelan doesn't really care. He doesn't hurt emails anyway, and he can hardly hurt me. Mostly because he hardly move his body right now.
I can hear you.
How's that arm and those legs, by the way?
Fixed. Unlike your back. Welcome, this is the Soul Leader Podcast. I'm Keely Kwong, and today we have Sid Sensei. Yo, dead guy, say something.
Hello. I mean, I thought I was the one who was introduced.
But wait, stop.
Take a break. Bye.
So this is the Soul Leader Podcast, and Spirit, you know what to do.
Yeah, all right, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody having a good time? Now, everyone jump all around at once. Ow!
we always have a good time. What are you talking about? Especially the derp and the giraffe.
I think it is my show. Hey, welcome to the show tonight. Let's go down the list and see which lucky people made it on this show, and we're not killed by a flock of witches that came through here earlier. First, number one, let's see. We got one and only Maka. Say hello, sweetheart.
I hate you. Why do you?
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Okay. Next up, we have the only living black guy in the series. Keely, how are you doing tonight?
Hello, how you doing?
Okay. Okay, next up, we got dead black guy. Sid, take it away. And you wonder why my daughter hates you. Oh well, I have a problem. I want to Alright, next up we have Miss Ninja herself. Bucky, how are you doing?
I'm gonna kill someone, and it's gonna be Black Star probably.
He hasn't been on in a while. Wow.
Why do you think?
Ooh. Okay, next up we have Patty. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for asking. I got Pocky. Oh my god, chocolate and almonds. Oh my gosh. So happy.
Game. Alright. Next up we have the snake lady herself, Medusa. Medusa, how are you doing?
I am doing fine.
Good to hear it. Now I got a quick question. You're still Erika, right?
Yes.
Okay, Frog Lady. How are you doing?
I'm tired. I'm used to going to bed around this time. This is new.
Well, I guess frogs have to find that certain time to sleep in after all now, don't they? And last but not least, the guy who's giving me nightmares for the past 10 years, the guy who shouldn't be alive right now, and Captain Screws himself, fine.
Hello. I have nothing interesting to say.
Thank you so much. All right, let's get on with the show. Keely, care to start off the show?
Sure. Alright, let's get started. So today we have about next number. 9, 10 pieces, I don't care. Of news! First and foremost piece of news is... So everyone's heard of the new One Piece film, right? One Piece film. Well...
Yep. Yeah.
Last weekend it released, and in the one weekend...
I want to see that.
Selling 1.14 million tickets. So, yeah. I really want to see this movie. office would be about.
So, fun is this year. It's actually when I heard the first attempt of the, legacy.
We are currently people here.
Well, we'll just get them back later.
Well, it's getting close to the end of the world, but it's okay. It's okay. The day the world ends is the day Maka's chest.
Okay.
I'm hating Skype. I'm hating Skype. So while we're working, well, my tech people are working on this. Let's continue to move to the news. 36-year-old lawyer Hidehiro Matani won a seat in the Japanese legislation party. What makes him amazing is he's a he was getting rid of some of his figurines to prove how confident he was and how his determination, and one of them was a rare Miku from Vocaloid figurine that was seriously rare. He won his victory. After he won, he immediately went to Akihabara and bought something, but and one of his quotes was, "I seriously think that anime will save Japan." With his destiny that I received through figures I gave up, I will try to do what I can, working my way up from the very bottom. Congratulations. Next piece of news for all you people in Los Angeles. Little Tokyo's branch of My Dreaming is opening up a Japanese-made cafe in Los Angeles in the summer of 2013 about. Branches are also being considered in New York City and Boston. Come from freaking Atlanta! You didn't hear me say that. So, for all you Los Angeles people, have fun with that, because everyone else, all the other otakus in the United States will be hating on you. We will. So, with all the new live-action stuff coming out, it seems like they picked up the live-action of Kite in Johannesburg's, and one of the actors they picked up just happens to be Samuel L. Jackson. Y'all can probably figure out why I enjoy this, and yeah. Surprised no one said anything. Alright, we're having some technical difficulties. Please stand by for a sec. Oh, that's some major technical difficulties. Oh, la la la, Beetle Cheetle. Oh. Skype, why do you hate me so? Koto smoke. We'll just move on with the news. I know everyone on the world. Animation On Demand channel was added to Cablevision's Optimum channel. The service cost $6.95 a month for access to over 50 hours a month of anime content. The company provides service in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Montana, Wyoming, and Utah. Why not in the South? I don't know. So, moving on. Moving on. Yeah, everyone else is gone for a second. Go figure. There are some anime and manga releases coming to America this month. Some of them should be out already. Like the new Tokyo Tenchi-Muyo, the Tenchi-Muyo OVAs, Hero Man, Oh My Goddess, the Evangelion, the Street Fighters vs. Mega Man PC game, video game, which should have came out yesterday. 2 days ago. The history of the Sonic the Hedgehog. That seems interesting too. Of all the days. I lose Skype, but I still have everyone on Ustream. How are you people doing? Hello, people, are you there? I can't hear any of you. Let me fix my computer. Why don't you have sound?
This is a film set. What's real are the HTC One X and all the quotes about it from real experts. The best Android phone, hands down. But it's got even better. This is the new HTC One X Plus with a...
Thank
That was like really too loud.
Yeah. That's Nick.
It's Nick. It's the black guy. So did it crash? We're listening.
But everyone else can't. So, continuing where I was with the news. Surprisingly, everything else crashed except Ustream, so we're still live on Ustream. Go figure.
So could they hear all what we were saying or not?
No, he wasn't.
Yep.
Good. Good.
Watch yourself, Tsubaki. So I was saying there's
I-
some
I feel like
anime and manga coming. So continuing on, Viz Media has a new Toshu line of anime-based goods that was announced Tuesday, and it allows fans to create their own Naruto, Bleach, and Death Note official merchandise. They must use the designated characters, then artwork, and then create, buy, and sell personalized products, such as t-shirts, sweaters, cell phone cases through online sure. Believe it. And that's all the news I have today. So give it to Tsubaki so I can create me something to eat. Tsubaki, it's time for games.
Good. I've been waiting for this. Okay, so first up, there has finally been a release date for Fire Emblem Awakening. It is being released next year on February 14th. Interesting thing that I have found so far about this, outside of the fact that you can actually create your own tactician and class, you can actually Next up is Rune Factory 4. It already been released in Japan a couple of months ago, 2019. There has yet to be a release date for America yet because I believe they are still translating it. Stupid. I'm not gonna say. Okay. With this game, and I'm not gonna say what the main thing is, but you can actually play as a girl in this game from the very beginning for once. In previous games, you've only been able to play it as a girl if you have beaten the whole storyline, and a majority of other side quests you have to do before you can play as a girl. Blah, 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 blah. The main interesting fact also is the fact that they don't lose their memory at the very beginning of the game. You actually see how they lose their memory, and I watched a video on it, it's pretty funny. I don't know why.
Because you find things like that funny.
And Stein, I know you can play as a girl in any other games, but to play as a girl, you gotta beat the whole game before you can do it. Next up, Mabinogi has done a major update. It's called Shamala, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Stein. I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. What's in store is Transformation Mastery, Lord missions, demon weapons, a snowball fighting event, winter character cards, and a cheetah pet. Sensei knows more about this than I do, though. So I'm gonna
I do.
So I'm gonna throw the Mabinogi stuff onto him right now, so he can explain it to all of you.
Oh my god, it's going to be amazing. They're introducing a new skill among the other skill benches, such as it's called the Transformation Mastery. What that is you run around with a dream catcher on a stick, and I don't know how exactly you're going to be able to catch these creatures and like put them in this book. But the basic idea is that you get this log of all these in the game, all these NPCs, monsters, even the goddesses you're rumored to be able to transform into, and you can actually copy their forms over, and you can transform into them. Now, what we're really looking at is the fact that from what we're reading and what we're seeing, the limitations are few and far between. And what I'm mainly looking forward to is being able to transform into a character named Sickle. None of you know what that is unless you play Mabinogi. Sickle is a badass with a black cape. He looks kind of like the Grim Reaper in that he's faceless and he's got all black on, but he's got big white wings and he's extremely powerful. It is amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
One question with this: do you think that they are actually going to start using this to scare the new players? Because I feel like we're getting a couple of trolls with it.
I actually think they're giving it to the new players to help them get ahead instead of having to complete Generations 1, 2, and 3 as part of the recent Genesis update. Genesis made it to where the Generation quests that came out, which are basically like story arcs, before the Genesis update, only humans could do it. But after Genesis, Elves and Giants can. And after Gen 2, you get your first transformation, which is Falcon. I have now. Yay. But no, I think the Shamala update is going to make it to where new players can have something to do instead of having to level up to where the generations are easier for them.
And is that it for the Mabinogi updates?
Yes.
Hey, I'm at they're about tequila then.
And I'm gonna throw it back to Spirit. Where is he?
Who is not here?
Where did he go?
I think he decided to go and have sex with another hooker right quick.
I hate that so much. I hate. Who's that?
Smoking being my slave driver crash.
So we're throwing
That's
it
what they all.
back to Spirit for the next segment, which is tribute to anime and manga series and characters. This is where we're going to look back on the year of anime and manga and talk about the sad parts. This comes about because of the 12/17/2012 incident that happened in Naruto. It was saddening. So saddening.
Since almost everybody's died.
It's gonna
Spoiler
end soon.
alert.
Recent spoiler: Neji's dead.
No, I'm so
Please, I
sad
don't
that
think
he
he's
died, man.
gonna
I
stay
like
dead.
that's all the pictures. I'd be crying.
Have you read the new Naruto? Not you guys. I'm not talking to you.
Of course, you're not talking to us.
dead. Oh no, he was so bicycle Desu.
Professor, what is the matter with you?
Sugar wafer.
What the heck is Nejo?
There's
I
too much
ask you a
stuff.
No, you don't.
Okay, so basically what's
Go
going
ahead.
on in the chat is people are pointing out that somebody in the group is cosplaying as Hinata from the Naruto series, and her brother is Neji, and apparently, spoiler alert, Neji dies in the manga.
Yeah.
It's a cousin.
Cousin, whatever. I don't read manga.
I'm just curious how does Neji die? Like someone said he got a splinter. No.
His audio's back up.
Yeah. Audio sucks. Hey,
He got stabbed.
I feel like your audio sucks really bad. Love you too.
No, Keelik, I think, is in the kitchen making a sandwich.
With slices of chicken and watermelon.
He's making a sandwich. Couldn't he get fed fire before this podcast?
Aruka, I hate to tell you this, but you don't have to be sad about Neji. For crying out loud, the first part of the series, Neji was a dick to Hinata.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to
I've
care.
caught up with the whole series, and like he's a full douchebag to Hinata. Like at the exams, dude, he kicked her butt. And then like he dies, and she's all like, "Oh, Neji," and I'm just like, dude, I don't even care, but I have to care because like honestly, you know, I don't know. It's
No,
sad,
you
but
don't.
I care less.
You don't have to care.
I mean, it's Neji. It's almost like if Zabuza died, no one cares. That's how bad it is.
Hey, I care that Zabuza died because that means I can get his weapon at one point.
Au contraire, everybody cared that
And then he
Neji
came
died.
back and it's like, crap.
If you looked at Tumblr, everybody cared. There's like so
Of course,
many
everybody
people.
cared because
Wait,
everybody.
wait. Neji came back alive? Are you kidding me?
No, he's dead.
I just like to point out, if you look at Tumblr, everybody cares about everything. Tumblr is a very caring place. Like it's.
I'm done. I'm done with Naruto, man. They're gonna be like Dragon Ball Z. Everyone becomes back alive like every 5 seconds.
Everyone
I
has come back to life in Naruto with the Grand Resurrection, except Jiraiya. He's the only person who's died and has not come back to life.
He come back. Like, let's just
It's
be with that.
because
Neji dead. Bring back Jiraiya.
the reason
It's
the reason
because
why they didn't have enough DNA to be able to bring back Jiraiya because his body's on the ocean floor.
That's the official reason. The real reason is
Go get
if he
Naruto.
was summoned again, he would break Edo Tensei going for boobs.
Yeah, there would be no stopping him. You'd have zombie titty Jiraiya around.
That's what makes Naruto so interesting, though, or the perverted parts in it. Like, come on now, let's
You
be
need
honest.
to stop right there.
Oh snap!
That statement basically gives.
I got something to say to this. Okay, if she wants to sit here and complain, wait till the Naruto movie comes out, the newest one. Then she can complain all she wants to because her personality is gonna do a 180.
No, I'm just trying to say that statement. Everybody loves Naruto because of the perverted moments is basically like saying weeaboos are right.
No, like Naruto's interesting because of the storyline. I was only joking. Like, I actually love
Oh,
Naruto.
well, I couldn't hear it in your voice. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I didn't phrase it correctly.
Huh? What?
Okay, so now that it's quiet, I'll say something random. So today at school,
No.
oh, okay, then I'll shut up.
I know, sad. It was sad.
Hey, Keelik? Live action Negima.
No.
We do not speak of live action Negima. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever.
I speak of pudding. That's a lot of effort.
I'm still gonna be visual tonight. Let's
So,
see, another
end of
anime. Let's see, an
Negima
anime
was
that
kind of
stopped.
On Shakira no Shauna had its final season. And I guess none of y'all ever listened to
I think a
that.
7. Oh.
Well, it's not really ended because it still has its second movie thing, so technically that one's not done.
But still, the main series ended at a really big point that annoyed me, probably everybody that was watching it. I didn't even know.
The ending, Air Gear ending. Although I do have to say, the last 10 chapters, I had no idea what was going on. Seriously. Not a thing.
So wait,
Yep.
I would like to point out that I recently saw one of the Anime News Network little image thingies of one of the new years that had, anyway, like whatever. I heard a rumor that winter, this winter, to Spielberg's remake of the movie. That's going to be interesting. He's probably going to have, like, Tico be replaced by Indiana Jones or something. Aliens.
So, moving on. In Bleach this year, we had the death of Captain Yamato, which was still BS.
Out. Out
Which
there.
captain?
The head captain.
Oh, that's not a big. Oh.
Oh. Ooh.
Was that this year that Medusa died, or was that last year?
You guys shut up. I am
She's
immortal.
finally dead.
How
What?
many times
Hey,
have I come back?
hey, don't fuck with me about this. You know I'm emotional. Is she really dead?
No, I'm right here.
I hate you.
Not loud, Medusa died.
She was really dead. I'd be having like a parade candy right now.
I would love to see you have a parade on the moon.
I would.
I would have a parade on the moon, and there would be unicorns and llamas and candy
And
and
kids.
dead Medusa.
Hey, Maka,
Unicorns are fake.
Maka, get your nose out of your book, dear.
What? No, I'm saying that if Medusa was dead, it would be great, and I would have a party.
So,
All I'm gonna
what
say is
other
Medusa is the
characters
troll
do
of
you
Soul
believe-
Eater.
What other characters or series would you like to represent in this series, in this part?
Krillin from Dragon Ball Z Abridged died.
That doesn't count.
Again?
Krillin always
Did you say that doesn't count?
No.
We'll get to that later. Anybody else has anything they want to say?
I do.
Not really. It's just a lot of anime to cover.
Blackbird.
You have to go through all of them to figure out exactly what happened to each of them.
Yeah, but the
Blackbird
biggest
on
right
the-
now on the internet.
Somebody else will be dead. Hopefully the next person that dies isn't Hinata, or everybody's gonna stop reading.
I hate Hinata.
You can all hope that that's
as
not
a
happening.
tribute to
Everybody.
the warring ninja Neji, we will send him off with a military salute.
Hinata's the reason why Naruto's alive.
Shut up, Hinata.
He-
Thank you. So, as a tribute to Neji, we'll send him off with a military salute. He is a ninja fighting in a war, so technically it works.
Ba, ba,
Yeah,
ba,
and
ba,
Ninjas aren't
da.
officially recognized by the military. Just FYI. I honestly don't even know if that's true. I was just no.
It's Neji, not Nejo.
Who's playing that terrible trumpet music?
Oh,
That's
Hey,
Tap.
hey, that's Taps. You shut the hell up.
yeah. Do not diss that.
You
You
guys
show
are
you respect.
Medusa doesn't understand respect. All she understands is evil.
We send off Neji with a salute to a taps.
Yeah, you know what we'll send you off with?
We probably send her off with Lady Gaga, but Maka. So,
I love Lady Gaga.
Like,
I would not
happy-
mind that.
so
I
after
think maybe
all the
both.
death,
You remove this alone. I want another donut.
so after all the death, we have this.
Someone gets reborn.
This isn't Kaito Hitman Reborn. You don't reborn.
That happens to
Right.
Kenny all the time, so.
Kill people off and leave them, like, dead. Seriously. For once.
Tell that to Kenny from South Park.
So that to
I'm
Medusa.
If
sorry,
that
sword.
was the case, Medusa, you'd be gone.
No, okay, that I'm an exception to the rule.
You're
So,
not.
as we move forward, we're from this section, we're moving into the section where we're going to talk about what comes out next year in the winter. And for all my peeps on the show, here's the link.
Really? Really,
Control.
Luca? Really?
Just saying.
The silence is deafening.
There's not much on this new series that's supposed to come out next year in the winter. That's really abbreviating to me besides...
I load the list and immediately I see something that piques my interest. Boku wa Tomodachi ga Tsukunai 2.
Yes, that's probably the only thing on this list that piques my interest. Well, besides
That is going to
Mananite
be amazing. Oh my god.
4, but this Boku wa Tokiri ga Shukunai
Yeah, good luck pronouncing that.
Dai 2 Ki. That really piques my interest. Is there anything on this list that all the other people would like to see?
I'm
can't see the list.
through it.
I
me
can't
look
even
at it,
open it right
hold
now, so
Sister can't be this cute.
Yeah,
That one looks
that's
good
next
God.
year sometime. They haven't told us the date. And further down on it next year, you'll see The World Only Knows 3. Yes.
High School DX.
yes, okay. Yes, okay, I want to see that.
What was that last one?
So the world better not end Friday because I want to see The World Only Knows Season 3.
Of course the world's not going to end. The world will only end when Maka gains double Ds.
True.
You know what?
But Jusa, you
father
will
would never
end the
talk about
world. I know
This
you will.
world is going to be around for a while if that's the case.
And Dimpa Kiyoshi, he's the ultimate teacher in 2013. That series is amazing. I can't wait to see that animated. But all in all, there's probably only one thing I'm watching in the winter. Unless I ran something else. Is the,
Oh my
I know
gosh.
for a fact I'm watching the first
Whoa.
one on this list. Yes, Stein.
Holy crap.
Fine.
Coming out with a movie for the series Steins Gate.
And for Blue Exorcist, the movie Blue Exorcist.
Oh, that's gonna be
that's gonna be
great.
good.
Okay, on April 2013, there's an anime that has this chick on it, and it looks like me at school. Like, her face is so determined, the girl's done. It's called, like, Ore no imoto ga kona ni kawaii waka ga nai. Jesus Christ, Dai Tukai. Dang,
My
what kind of
Look up the
sister
English
can't be this
translation.
cute.
It's my little sister Kimberly.
holy crap.
All I got was a mouthful of Aruka with Aruka. That's it.
I
The only
think
thing
she
I
pronounced
understood
it
that
pretty
thing is
closely.
Kawaii.
So, yes, that's what's coming out. If you really want to see it, just check the link on our Tumblr and our Facebook, which it's being posted to right.
You're right, I'm making a post. No.
And 15 people just muted their mics.
And 10 people did just mute their mics. And come on, you mean their speakers?
That.
And now it's on Facebook. So,
Dude,
now we shall continue on with our new segments. One of them called Sad. Or Stein's Anime Dissection, because we can't have him dissecting people anymore.
Yeah, thank you, Shinigami, for that one.
Actually, that was Maka. She threatened to hit me.
I did not.
Yes, you did. Anyway,
No.
so in this segment, I will be reviewing anime that I have personally watched recently, either it be a new release or something that I have been recommended to watch 1,000 times over and just haven't had the chance until recently. So, I've seen many shows in my life. Most of them have gore and blood and guts and what have you. Blood C, not to be mistaken with Blood Plus or Blood the Last Vampire. Well, I don't know how you could mistake it with Blood the Last Vampire, but Blood Plus and Blood C are not the same show. However, they do have swords. I'll get to that in a sec. Blood Sea is about a young girl named Saya. I forgot her last name. It's a fake name though. She lives on this dojo with her father, and during the day, she goes to school with her friends. Two of them really cute twins. One of them totally lesbian, probably 30 years old. But anyway, by day, she goes to
So
school,
hitting
has
off
a normal
one.
day, studies, and wants to do whatever she wants. And during the night, she goes up against amazingly created and innovative creatures that want nothing more than to kill and maim. Her reason for this isn't really good, isn't really explained in the show, isn't really given a true purpose. All we know is that, or all that's given to us is that she fights these creatures because she wants to follow in her mother's footsteps. And apparently her mother, well, I guess it is given. Anyway, her mother fought demons as well. And I have to say the show goes a step further blood-wise. I don't want to spoil anything, but at the very end of the series, it beats all previous episode gore-wise. Like, it literally shows you the worst of the worst, and it even makes me cringe.
Is it like Saw?
Kind of.
Ew.
There isn't so much torture as just brutal murders. But anyway, the show itself is really well done. I like the artwork. I like the idea of this person who has basically no memory of her past, leading a totally normal life. Sorry about that. Leading a totally normal life and having to go out of her own way to protect others without knowing why. I like that, but at the same time, it also provides a challenge because the first couple episodes to me were boring. There's a total of 12 episodes for the anime. The manga is still going on. At least from what I read recently, i.e. Wikipedia, ha 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 ha. And I just wanted to say that for those of you who are into animes with sort of complicated plots, but also gore and awesome action on the side with really good music, I actually downloaded the main theme song. I would definitely recommend it. Another show I watched recently was Kaze no Stigma. That one was really cookie cut show, I believe. It's basically about families who make contracts with elemental spirits, and they're allowed to control elements. And the main character is a guy who didn't want to control the element of fire, so he chooses wind, which makes me question his sanity. So the show it's got the average art style you'd expect from an anime designed for teens, I guess, younger teens. I have 14 to 16. I don't know. Anyway, shut up. I personally didn't like it though. I mean, I just after watching, literally, I watched Kaze no Stigma the day after Blood Sea, and so when I pick up a new show after finishing another one, I kind of have high standards. I started watching Seiko no Quasar right after Madoka Magica, and so there was a conflict of interest there. So, but if you're into anime with definitely good story, decent writing, but horrible English voice acting, I would definitely recommend that.
Sounds like every other anime. Sounds like every other English anime.
Yes, I actually made the mistake of starting the Netflix version of Rosario Vampire. Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, you don't even know.
Yeah, bad mistake.
English is an amazing language.
Scooty, I was so worried about you.
Thank you. That's why I like the English sub better.
The only English dubs I can stand are the ones from Ghost in the Shell and Evangelion.
Stein, all I can say.
I used to be able to tolerate Pokemon.
Well, you can't tolerate
Sounds
Pokemon
like
for a different reason now, so...
They're in drama, but they're not acting. They're just like, oh no, he's about to kill me.
Baka and Test does a great...
acting.
Baka and Test is a great dub. I don't care what any of you say. I can't remember what series it is.
Used to be able to tolerate Pokemon until that new voice actor stepped in. Now I can't take anything seriously.
Well, you can't tolerate Pokemon. It kind of sucks when your person stays 10 for like 17 years, so.
I wanna
Yeah,
be
there's
the very best.
yeah, there's another prediction for you right there. The world isn't going to end until Ash hits puberty. So this world's going to be here for a long, long time.
Or until Pikachu evolves.
And
Yeah,
that's never
who-
going to happen.
Who started watching Pokemon and was
Me?
shocked to keep being reminded that Ash was age 10? Because I watched up to season 4, I believe, and I gave up because I was thinking to myself, I've been watching the show for about 10 years, and he's still 10 years old.
No, someone actually brought this up to me, which I found a little interesting. Apparently, in one of the Pokedexes, in one of the games, when you describe Ho-Ho, literally, it said Ho-Ho is like one of the magical Pokemon. But apparently, those who see it are graced with eternal happiness. But some people can take this as not only eternal happiness, but also eternal youth. But then again, if I was 10 years old for all eternity and was not able to hit puberty or get laid, that wouldn't really be very.
Ash,
Yeah, doesn't he
like
see
Paladon
Ho-Ho in the
Silly,
first episode,
get
too?
Misty, and have.
That means every kid who watched the first episode will probably will never grow up, which means the
I don't want
population
to
will
grow up. I want
die
to be a
out.
Toys R Us kid.
Probably means the world's populations is doomed to die out.
All the world's population. Is that including South Africa?
Yes.
Really?
Is that TV down there?
But the one problem with Pokemon, every single person has grown except for Ash. Oh well. On another note,
Yeah, he's gonna be the last one to die when all mankind goes, but he's not gonna care. He's got eternal happiness. He's gonna be blissfully unaware that his mother just passed away, and then his professor is like, "Oh my God, Ash." Lowest creature on the totem pole, just chop the legs off everybody else. Congrats, you're better because you can walk.
So, Stein, is there anything else you would like to say?
Describe it. I'm not gonna summarize it. Just That's all I'm gonna say. Boobs. That's what the entire show is about.
Titties where?
That's literally the basis for the entire show is boobs equal power.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, the girl with the lady with the biggest tits in this series apparently is like treated as a goddess.
Yes.
So Tsubaki, we need to put you in this series because then you can have anything you want.
Okay, you're the first to die. I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone's gonna go after her because she has none. She has nothing to take away.
I'm going to sacrifice you.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about this series is apparently when two female samurai go into battle, if you happen to cut the other's tit, instead of blood, a purple mist will just leak out, and it'll be someone just popped a hole in your tit, and you'll just deflate into probably Maka size, and then all of a sudden everything that you lose gets added to the woman who's slashed you.
Read
So
spirit.
Papa.
talking way too fast.
That
Your mic
means
was
if you
cutting
went
out,
up
and I
against
could tell you were
Tsunade,
taking breath.
Do I have your attention, Papa? Do I? Do I have your attention?
yes.
Maka chop.
Ow. Didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would. Ow.
Did you just? Should I try that again?
No.
I thought.
We're wasting time.
We are.
So
That's because
moving
Blair-
forward,
Yeah, though, wait,
Medusa.
I have like one thing to say about that. Sorry.
That was my exact reaction, Killer.
I'm sorry, but there's one thing I want to say to that show, but my Skype lagged so horribly. Chiropractor Zero must be really popular. Just saying.
I think it's
So-
actually referenced in like 3 episodes.
Moving on, we have Medusa and her cosplayer of the week. Medusa Sensei, please enlighten us before Spirit tries something stupid and gets hit again.
Medusa's cosplayer of the week, every cosplayer of Medusa.
That's a little that's a little
If you say
Hey, before I do something stupid, what do you mean?
So Medusa,
Yes.
who is your cosplayer of the week?
Me!
My cosplayer of the week is this girl right here. Her name is Callisto Fox. She is known for Fang. Right now, she's known for her Merida and Rapunzel. She lives in New York. She goes to the big conventions, but the ones that we don't go to, of course.
Conventions that we all wish we could go to.
Yeah.
If you guys ever want to donate for the Soul Eater podcast
So
to
that we're
go,
all broke.
just contact me. I'll give you PO box information.
Don't do it. She's gonna put that money towards food and gas because she's poor and can't afford it on her own. Don't enable her.
Wah, wah,
Yeah, also-
Hey,
wah.
it's better than me. I would spend it all on
Yeah,
chicken and
also don't
watermelon.
Yeah, we know.
I actually would say something and be perfectly legit, but I'd probably get my ass kicked. And no, it wasn't gonna be racist. I was just gonna make a comment about all the black jokes we've been cracking on the podcast.
That's all. That's pretty much all it is. Please, one night we had,
it's
and then
no
you
longer the
sit here
Soul Eater
cracking black
podcast.
jokes
We are
for-
now the Black Joke Podcast.
We've been like that since the first episode.
So Medusa,
Yeah,
continuing
there's-
on.
Doll from Sucker Punch, and she does a different baby doll than everyone else does, and I love it because no one else I've seen does this outfit, and it's her rhinestone outfit that's at the very end of the movie. And I don't like Sailor Moon personally, but she does a kick-ass Sailor Mars,
Bukake.
so you can check that one out. She also had a pretty good Sailor Moon group. I've seen better Sailor Moons from her group, but
I think the best Sailor Moon cosplay I've ever seen was my friend Key do it. He does such amazing girl cosplays.
are
Wait,
you
wait,
fucking me?
He actually never cosplayed Sailor Moon. I was just cracking a joke. He's done
Thank God.
He's done Kore wa Zombie no Desu ka. He's also done Black Rock Shooter. I think he's done Sakura from Card Captors, and he's working on a panty stocking.
Stein, you have some weird friends, but I can't
No,
really
he's
talk.
not weird.
I have
He's
weird friends
hilarious.
too.
He's funnier than me.
I repeat, you have weird friends, but I can't talk. I have weird friends too. Most of them are here on the podcast.
Screw you.
I know that did not refer to me.
Yeah, it
Patty.
refers to all. It refers to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'm the most normal one of us all.
Black jokes. There, I got it over with.
Oh, fair. I'm the most normal.
On with
Are
the
we
show.
seriously gonna do this
everybody.
right now in the middle of a podcast?
On with the show, everybody. On with
Yes.
the show.
So, cosplay. We gonna move back on the subject now?
No.
Cosplay.
If we can figure out what you like.
The fuck was that?
Sounds like a parrot.
That would be Corona screaming.
Rona?
I'm back, and noodles.
Neuters.
Yeah, you didn't just get blasted with the Corona screeching.
I like how you pronounce it as Corona. Makes me want to drink now.
So, Medusa, is there anything else you would like to say about this cosplayer?
She's thinking Miller Lite.
Not that I can think of right now.
This podcast is not funded in any way by Miller Lite or any other alcohol brand.
Yes,
It is,
thank you,
however,
thank you,
funded
Stein.
by-
Thank you.
This
No
podcast
problem.
here are ever funded. We are funded by...
Ourselves!
Helix.
Pretty
Our
much.
podcast is not actually funded by
Yeah, we're
ourselves.
funded.
Please send us money.
This podcast is funded by one black guy.
We're funded by Keelik.
We're funded by one black guy
One black guy.
Please send him
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
Keelik.
who might or might not have a job.
I do have a job.
But he needs Kool-Aid to keep the podcast going. Send him Kool-Aid. Hey,
Your kid said your Kool-Aid too.
Please.
Using your Kool-Aid. This would be awful for accident. Get Kool-Aid.
Hey,
Seen
Keelik.
Kool-Aid. Taco flavored Kool-Aid. That'd be interesting.
Hey, Keelik.
Yes.
Hey, Keelik.
I said yes.
Your next door neighbor and Kool-Aid.
That's what it's called. So, continuing on. Spirit, we need to know what's chipping your blades today.
Oh, I got a good one.
Enlighten us.
Well, good. Well, actually, Keelik, you actually helped me establish this one. You know when you were posting on the when you know when you were posting on the Facebook about cosplayers who criticize,
Yes. Yes, I do.
and I'm sure we can all agree with this, that when it all comes down to it, criticism and cosplay pretty much go hand to hand. But what really pisses me off about the whole cosplay world is when you got those people who don't spend any time in their costumes and they just throw on something and call themselves a character, but their main purpose is to be a troll and go through and tear down other people who actually put time and effort into their costumes. But another thing that really gets me is I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this before. I hate it when it comes to judging and favoritism. I speak from experience because at one convention, and I'm using this as an actual term, at one convention I was running around as Moroku. This happened at Middle Tennessee Anime Convention this year. And I met two Moroku cosplayers there. Now I experienced both judging and favoritism with this. Now, I ran into a Moroku cosplayer. Everyone here knows what Moroku looks like, right? Black hair, purple cloak, staff.
No, it's Miroku.
Yeah, Moroku.
Who's
Well-
Miroku?
Me. I cosplay as Moroku.
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha
I
Moroku.
was testing him, and you failed. I hate you.
Everybody hates me.
Anyway,
She just came up.
Anyway, about what happens. I ran into a Moroku cosplayer who had blonde hair, his staff was made out of cardboard, and his glove was on the other arm. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy came up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy pretty much looked at a picture and pretty much did everything backwards. Now, I wasn't going to criticize him, but when he comes up to me and looks at me and says my costume's better, when you clearly didn't even look at the character yourself, those are the people that I hate. People who they know that you're better than them, but instead of just like trying to go along with it and try to favor the person, you have to go up and be a dick about it. But another thing I don't like is favoring. Now, I've actually experienced this myself because I ran into another Moroku in M-Tech, and he was actually decent. He had the cloak right, he had the hair right, he was a lot better than the other one. But this one girl ran up to me and said she wanted a picture of Moroku. Just dragged me along the side. Didn't even worry about the other guy. I hate it when that happens. Has anyone on here ever dealt with something like this?
I'm gonna interrupt you. Are you paying attention?
Huh?
From what I got from that story, somebody chose you out of a duo of Morokus, and you're upset about it.
Nah, I felt bad for the other guy.
Okay.
Come on, if it was you who didn't get picked, wouldn't you feel bad?
No.
Well, I guess.
Cosplay's the doctor all the time. Nobody brings me photos. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go, run them over my truck.
I mean, has anyone else dealt with something like this before? Floor's open. The floor's open.
It is one of our people. Like, I was cosplaying with a friend of mine, and like this one chick's like, "Oh my god, can I have a picture of you, Hina?" And I was like, "Oh, well, do you want Kiba in the picture?" And she's like, "I guess." And I was like, "Oh, that's horrible." So I felt bad, even though I have the wrong wig for the outfit, but that's just me.
I mean,
Well,
it's not bad, but it's going to continue to happen. It's just one of the things that's going to happen.
Well, of course.
I just think in that case, I think it's really awkward when it's your friend that's with you. Then it's just awkward. Like, I don't know if people realize how awkward it is, or maybe just it's like the people go to conventions. No offense. I love everybody. Just saying. There are some very socially awkward people at conventions. And they don't realize how awkward
Being one of them?
Sarah!
Everybody's a little socially awkward.
Maka, shut up, okay? You have like the best Mako cosplay ever because you actually are keeping up with the series. You are wearing the right outfit for the series as the period time continues. So you shush. You don't get to talk anymore.
I always get to talk.
She does. That's all she does.
Because
It's
blonde.
Bookworm. So, Spirit. You got anything
Yeah, I mean,
else?
well, I mean, it really does mess with me because, you have all these people who try hard in their costumes, but it's just not right for someone to go out there and just pretty much, put you down just because, like if you use like a different shade of blue in your costume when it was supposed to be just a little darker.
White Pony.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are taking cosplay too serious. It's supposed to be something fun and something that makes you happy like others. Take it to a whole nother standard, and sometimes it's too far.
I think there's two different schools of it, because I see it similar to how I see roleplay. There are the people who do it amazingly, and they put a lot of effort into it, and they
I couldn't do a convention without a cosplay. I mean, that was just like my
space for cosplays to take to conventions.
Yeah,
I actually have done it. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Everything.
Well, I mean, my first anime convention, I did not cosplay, and I went by myself. I left in 2 hours. I just did not.
It's not really as bad as anyone thinks it is, though, because I've done it a lot, and I still have fun.
That's
I mean,
how
I
you're
still
with
have little
amazing
things that I
people,
don't cosplay.
Tsubaki.
Not really. I mean, I'm never with you guys when I'm at cons. I'm usually just walking around randomly, and I meet someone random, and I start talking to them.
Hence amazing
You'll-
person.
The only time I ever see you guys is if we're at a panel, actually.
On the last day of AWA,
Or we come up behind you and just
I
kill you.
for the cosplay. Because I felt weird if I was dressed normal. So I wore lots of colorful streamers in my hair.
Yeah, that's really what I did.
So, are you done with the chips in your blade, Spirit?
Spirit!
We'll take that as a yes. So next we have Medusa again, with her cosplay's do's and don'ts. Medusa.
Alright. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Cosplay dues.
Don't cosplay Medusa.
I will kill
She will kick your butt.
Don't stop.
That's
Yeah, Stein likes it that way.
Ew. Ew. Mental images. Oh.
Oh, yes.
I enjoy these images.
Please don't remind me of that quote in the RP by Medusa's little sister. That was completely, I'm
What'd she
done.
say?
We were talking about, I'm taking a pause from the podcast at a moment. Most of the podcast does RP on this one shot. So we were all doing Soul Eater. So Shalala Gordas, Medusa's little sister from Soul Eater Not, we were talking about, and as Keelik, I quoted, it seems like if you were in any relationship with any of the Gordon sisters, they would be the dominant relationship partner. So she goes like, yeah. So I said, you must like tying people up and whipping them. She says, no, that's like my sister. I have a better of a Stein style. I said, I'm done. I don't like the word Stein style, period.
Oh, yes,
So-
you do.
no, I don't.
It's
So
like
back to
Gangnam
Medusa.
Style, but with sex.
Oh, God. No, thank you. I'd rather stay a virgin for the rest
Where
of
am
my
I
life.
at when y'all sit here and have these conversations?
Dead. So back to Medusa.
Either that or make sure you do something stupid.
We're sorry, Medusa.
Yes.
That was a little off topic. Off topic for Soul Eater Podcast. Medusa.
I'm not sorry. Anything that keeps her from talking is a good day for me.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Yeah, if nobody hears from Stein next week, we knows what happened.
Yeah.
No, it's birthday.
Okay, Medusa, you can talk now.
Okay. Cosplay dues. You have to make time for everything and don't overload yourself. I did that this past Dragon Con and AWA. Too many, not necessarily too many costumes, but I had to do too much stuff. So I'm not running a booth this year. This like upcoming year, I'm not gonna do it. Try to make an itinerary, like get your hands on the schedule, like the whatever you call it. What Yes, that, thank you.
Schedule.
Planning.
Get your hands on a booklet as soon as possible. Highlight what you want to do. Make your own itinerary. If you have photo shoots you want to make it to, you have to write all of them down. And that's what I do to make it to everything. I have to write all the photo shoots down, all the panel rooms I have to be at, etc. and that's how I do my convention. And I would strongly advise everyone to do that also. Another cosplay do is you have to consider comfort when you are making your cosplay. It's very important to get it exact, but you also have to have it comfortable. Some of my costumes were comfortable, some weren't, because they would ride up or,
Oh my god.
it would be not pleasant. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Things are in places they should not have been. So, I would advise, take your cosplay out on a trial run. Go on a photo shoot before the convention. Make sure everything works, everything stays on and intact.
May I ask you a question, Medusa Sensei, Sama Sensei, Kopa
So, and I've
Sensei?
already discussed, had the at all times. Sure.
Medusa Sensei,
Yes.
what about functional? There was one time at Comic-Con, I was with my friend. His outfit, he needed to hold his cell phone, so his outfit, he didn't have any pockets on it or anything. So he put it in his sash, because it had a sash and tied his sash, although at his waist. So later on, he had his sash, and we were leaving the con. He goes like, finally I can undo this, but he forgot his phone was in there, so it literally fell out, and it just so happened to be raining, so his phone fell directly into a puddle.
Ooh.
What do you say about that?
What I do with all of my costumes, if it doesn't have a pocket on the outside, I sew one on the inside. Also, I know you guys can't do this, but with my Toshiro, it doesn't have any pockets. I wear a sports bra, and so I stick it in my sports bra. That's
Yeah,
I
girls.
still wear a sports bra.
well,
I'm not touching that, Keely.
I'm just saying,
I think
it comes in handy.
Spirit has a
but,
comment to that.
I'll
but
still be bigger than Maka.
I actually,
Spirit,
yeah, I'll
Go ahead,
actually.
oh,
you guys,
Actually, I do actually have a story about this. The first time I cosplayed as Doctor Who, my jacket that I got from Goodwill actually had an inner pocket on the left breast. It was big enough to hold my cell phone, my fake pair of glasses, the pocket watch that the Doctor has, and all of my sonic screwdrivers. And I was wearing, unfortunately, a very tight pair of pants that day, and I just could not put my cell phone in there. But on the topic of functionality, also, my friend Key, as I mentioned in almost all the podcasts, makes big robot outfits, and not a single one of them has had a pocket or a device that keeps them cool, because what's happened at every con is we'll walk for about 20 feet, we'll be stopped by 15 people asking for a photo, and then he'll have to take off everything and get cooled down for about 20 seconds, and then he'll have to put it back on again because some cute girl who's dressing up as Sakura will come up and say, "Oh my god, can I get a picture with you?" He'll be like, "Sure!" And he'll put everything back on, and then
That's how I feel when I'm in my my ranger outfit. It's really hard just to be able to walk around.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to walk around with that helmet on and try and keep up with everything. And then all of a sudden I have to stop because I'm out of breath. And then it's a bitch and a half just trying to get that helmet off. Then once you get it off, someone asks for your picture, like, oh shit, I gotta put the helmet back on.
Crap. Hey, at least you didn't get patted in the crotch by little kids.
We do not talk about that. That is not something you say on internet.
Yeah, that's not something you really want to mention.
That's his fault.
To be specific, at AAD Anime Atlanta Day, the one that just happened in the end of September, Thanksgiving, Sid just happened to be dressed up as a Power Ranger. It just so happens that there was a birthday party there also of about little kids, so all of them, and it was just Sid and two other friends who were all dressed up as Rangers, and all the kids were like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Holy crap.
See, my concern in this story isn't about the fact that the kids spotted you. It's why were you dressed up as a Power Ranger?
It was a costume.
It was a
thing.
costume.
That's why.
You can do that.
But here's the funny part. Best thing is, it was entertainment that the parents didn't have to pay for, so they didn't complain.
They're like, oh my god, get a picture with my kid. You're like,
I like
I
this
think
parents
it's
weren't even
safer if I
concerned that strangers were dressed up as Power Rangers and their kids were running towards them. Way to go, parents. Way to go.
It was actually the parents were telling the kids to go get pictures. That's what it was.
It was pretty funny. I was entertained by it actually.
You
I
had
was
to be
enjoying
there. It was
everybody
pretty
too.
legit.
Oh,
But all in
Medusa
all,
left.
So, the Soul Leader podcast is not condoned pedophilia,
So Medusa, do
nor
you
do we
don't
have
for
any.
us?
So Medusa, back to you. Oh, she's gone.
She just disconnected.
Not disconnect.
She just connected?
Yeah, Medusa disconnected. She couldn't handle us.
I'm so tired, guys. Oh, geez. I need to get back on a normal schedule. I can't do this crap.
So, while we're done, we'll wait for Medusa to come back. Sid, who's your character profile for today?
And he has disconnected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of all the times, this always happens. As soon as we call Sid's
Next
name to
person
do his
call
segment, he
just
goes,
don't call me.
That's what happens when you call a dead guy.
Calling Sarah
touche.
next. Alright, Sarah.
So while we're waiting for Sid to come back, we're gonna go to Spirit. What is your class? Wait, Medusa's back. Hello, Medusa.
Hey.
So what?
Okay,
What is the don'ts part of your cosplay's do's and don'ts?
I have, let's see, 1, 2, okay, yeah, I have 2. All right. Don't save doing your wig till last, because the wig is such a big part of the costume. It will, like, if it's so bad, it will take away from the rest of the costume. No matter how long you spent on it, it will just be terrible. And this was something bad on my part that happened at AWA. I was working on everything else, and I forgot to order my Boa Hancock wig. It was supposed to arrive the day of the photo shoot. Of course, I didn't get it in on time. Luckily, my friend Chelsea also did Boa Hancock before, and she let me use her wig. So my ass was saved for that. But just don't leave your wig till last minute. If you do, however, some people, like myself, offer services at the convention for a charge, of course, but that's your last minute, oh my god, I just forgot this. So don't do that.
Well, like, do you do cosplay repairs, or?
I bring my sewing machine. If you guys need an inside pocket, come to my room. Like, seriously. I fix your cosplays, I'll do your wigs. It's just last minute stuff that you forgot. I do charge, however, because it's my convention. I want to do what I want to do. But the guy
Coming to you, Momo-Con, if anything goes wrong.
I got my room for free because my friend Justin let me stay in his room because I did his Sephiroth wig. So,
Wow.
But whatever. But yeah. So don't save your wig till last. Another cosplay don't is if you're going to compliment someone on their cosplay, please, for the love of God, do not walk up to us and say, oh my God, you are so hot. You are sexy. Like, that is the most annoying compliment to get. And if you call me that at a convention, I will act in character, whatever character I am. If I am a ditzy female, I will slap the shit out of you. If I'm Medusa, I will slap the shit out of you. It's
If you throw a Hancock, he'll turn you into stone, then slap the hell out of you.
Unless your name is Monkey D. Luffy. For some reason, it doesn't work.
You scary me.
I don't think that matters.
I cannot tell you how much it bothers cosplayers such as myself and my friends, especially Betsy. Everyone knows who Betsy is, right? Betzilla cosplay.
I love Betsy! I had a small crush on her brother anyway.
Everyone has a crush on
I might need a picture because I don't remember names.
Oh my
goodness. Cosplay page, she's Naruto.
Don't feel bad, Keith. We're in the same boat.
While I'm talking about her, I'll find her Facebook. But anyway, that's one of her biggest pet peeves is that everyone doesn't recognize her costumes, like how much time she spends on them, and they just look at her boobs, and she hates it. And they're real, you know, she can't really help it, and she does do some cosplays that reveal them, but the cosplays that she does do that reveal them are really epic, and she spends a bunch of time on them, and it really annoys her whenever the only compliment she gets is, "Oh my god, you're so hot," you know.
I would
But
like
that's
to
real-
say sorry that for all the women's boobs I looked at because technically for my height they're just eye level, so when I look straight they're there.
I actually have a couple stories about this.
Yeah, that's
I
really
do
downfall.
I do agree with Medusa on this about going up to a female cosplayer who is very good looking and just saying, "Oh my god, you're hot," and not complimenting their cosplay specifically. I'm actually an offender of this, but I'm also the victim at some points. The second time I cosplayed as Doctor Who, I went to Komoricon this year, and two things happened. I broke the rule, and the rule was broken on me. I went up to a guy who was actually cosplaying a who was he was Lupin. He was Lupin and the detective guy who's always chasing him. They were running around the con, and it was amazing and hilarious. I went to him and was like, "Oh my god, you're him." And he's like, "Yeah, I am, and you're the doctor. Thanks for pointing that out." And I just was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." That's like a big taboo thing with cons because I'm still relatively new at conventions. And my friend Key pulls me to the side and he's like, "You did it." I was like, "I did, and I am sorry."
Yeah, I remember Betsy. I remember her. I didn't see her, but I did hear that her Jessica Rabbit outfit was really epic.
It is.
Okay, like that's what you are. You're always distracted.
You know what? Shut up, dead guy. It's your time now. Who do we have for character profile?
Me.
We have Harvard D. No. We have Harvard D. Eclair. Crap! Now I want another donut for sure.
Claire, what are you thinking?
Anyway. No, I got donuts in the kitchen.
Speak.
But anyway, this week on character profiles we have Harvard D. Eclair. Harvard is Ox's partner.
To those who don't know, he's the weapon.
Ox's partner. Yes, he's the weapon partner of Ox. He had a lightning staff that, surprisingly enough, hardly ever really talks. And he is, let's see, him and Ox always, and I mean always study. They're trying to be,
The very
because
best.
they're always,
And no one ever was.
no, they try to be the top students in the school, in the class, even though Maka beats them out every time, from what I hear.
Almost every time.
Hey, shut up! That one time was
Yeah,
a fluke.
Because he failed to study.
I study all the time.
Speaking of which, are you supposed to be doing that right now?
No, we rectified that situation. But Monica forgot to put her name on her test. Ock took advantage of that, wrote his name on hers, threw his out, and walked out of the room.
Yeah, she hasn't been the same since.
Nope. Okay, this is actually one of the lines that Harvard says in the series. Your life is in danger. I have a duty to protect my Meister. If we don't fight, we'll be killed. And that's from chapter 5. And one little thing about about Harvard, Harvard actually shares his partner's expertise over chess. Never playing chess with either one of them, ever. But Harvard, for those who don't know, Harvard is the guy that wears the visor over eyes. The gold visor with the red band. You don't ever see what his eyes look like. Sometimes I wonder if he actually has eyes under that thing. He reminds me of Jordan LaForge, pretty much.
That's his name.
Yeah. Actually, remember, I'm in Star Wars. Harvard dislikes resting. It's always study, study, study. He pretty much says it just bores the crap out of him. There's no point in resting. And Harvard actually kind of is supportive to Ox about the whole not Jackie, Kim thing. About the fact of Ox liking Kim. He's actually supportive of it. He's just like, I'm staying out of this. Oh, don't go, Aruka.
Too late.
But yeah. Yeah, I noticed. But pretty much that's what we have for Harvard v. Eclair. Next week, next week we'll just have Keelik pull a name out of a hat that we done.
Rabbit in a hat.
Oh, one more thing before I go. If you haven't noticed this about Keelik's team, Keelik is pretty much the dead center of his team. Harvard's the electricity, Kim is fire. Keelik is in the middle, fire and thunder.
Better believe it.
There you go. Pretty much whoever came up with their team, they really just said, screw it, we're just gonna cut Keelik's powers in half and give his other two partners his powers.
It's because most of my missions end with me punching something and it exploding. Do you have anything you want to say about it this week, Spirit Sensei?
I don't know. I think Medusa pretty much covered a lot of things, but I do have one little thing that I think everybody should know about when it comes to surviving a convention. Actually, a couple of things. My first one is pretty much like what Sedusa said. If you have a cosplay malfunction, it is very good to make sure the people that you drive to at the convention have a sewing machine or possibly a lot of cosplay fixing utensils. If not, now this is something that I think every convention should have. They've had it at AWA. I'm not so sure about MomoCon, but at AWA they have a cosplay repair station.
Yes.
And they have things such as tape. They have markers. They have
hot glue gun
for props. But the one thing that they did not have that I really wish they did were Tide pins. Because I had a Power Ranger outfit that had this coffee stain on it. I don't know how it got there. Apparently the person I lent it to got something on it. But they didn't have anything to get stains off of because he was a White Ranger, and White Rangers always have stains on their costumes. I don't even know how they can keep their costumes clean while they're fighting inside of a desert, but whatever. But I had
13 different outfits.
But they need Tide pins, but also be grateful to these people because they're taking their time to fix your costume and tip them. You know, they have a tip jar. Now, even if it's $1, a quarter, or something, even if it's a small amount of money, it goes a long way in the long run because they pretty much saved your ass when it comes to a costume instead of someone pointing it out. But another thing I would like to say that I'm sure everybody will enjoy: stay away from the dark alleys. You know why you stay away from these dark alleys?
Has stranger danger.
Nah, because that's where the Hitalia and Homestuck fandom normally dwell. And you do not want to end up in their little game of Duck Duck Nuka Country. You know it's there. You know when you get to the point where you think you're in like the low kick back and relax portion of the convention, you look right over there to that alley and there's just the entire cluster of cosplayers. Now, if they're the Homestuck people or maybe one of the strangest anime fandoms, run for your fucking life. Because you do not want to get stuck in the middle of their Duck Duck Nuka Country game.
Hey, Spirit, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's an entire gaggle of Power Rangers?
Then make sure you're not a furry. Because if you're not a furry, then I think you're safe.
I think either way, something horrible's gonna happen based off a video I saw.
Well, that depends if they're wearing Nikes or they're Rage Head.
If they're all wearing Nikes, just run as fast as you can.
That won't even save you.
Just get a gun.
No. If they're wearing Nikes, it won't save them. All you have to do is just stand right in the middle, let them strip you, and then they give you the pink spandex suit. Just walk away with dignity.
I know, I'm just getting a gun.
Guns don't work on Power Rangers. Guns don't work on Power Rangers.
No, but it does work on me.
Oh.
Anyways, wait a second. Can I say like one thing about this that no one I don't think has ever mentioned? Please?
Go ahead.
Okay, here's one thing that people don't exactly think about, and I thought about this at AWA because it happened. Rain, and you're in another hotel room, like another hotel. No one thinks about what to freaking do, like bring an umbrella or jacket.
Rain is evil.
It pretty much ruined. It pretty much ruined a girl in my room's costume because of rain, because we had to go back to our hotel room because the con was pretty much closing down and everything. No one thinks of that.
My siren outfit is a rain jacket, so I'm covered.
Yeah, you're lucky. I pretty much had a hoodie, and I had to ask
my pirate
for a
coat.
ride.
Same with my pirate coat, but I understand that one.
Also,
it takes forever. Any moisture that hits my head automatically makes me go into afro.
wow. And also, there's one last thing that I need to mention. One last thing I need to mention before my segment ends. If you're running around dressed as a pirate captain, it's always best to cover your ears or else someone's going to walk up to you and say, "Captain's a cookie, rock!"
Exactly. You be the one in spirit.
Captain's a cookie, Captain's a cookie.
I'm going to kill everyone.
We love you, Captain.
Mainly just to piss it off. And apparently it worked. Back to you, Cubic.
That was awesome. Oh.
So now that we're done with spirits declassified, survival guide.
Really declassified.
Now we're going to my section where I play music from yada 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 yada, what I think is cool. This week we have United State of Pop 2012. People from the cosplay community might heard of a rendition of this for 2009 due to a video by, I'm not sure the cosplayer's name, but DJ Earworm would make a compilation video and music of all pop songs from the previous year. In 2009, a person with a video, I can't remember her name, she was a cosplayer, and she did the entire song singing it, but each part was sung by a different cosplay of her that she did. There was a lot of Kingdom Hearts, though.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't remember her name either, but she's the girl from Dimex Time.
Okay, so apparently she's the girl from Dimex Time. So this is his 2012 edition. He would use songs that were popular in 2012, but in my defense, I think when you think of pop and music in 2012, what's the first song that comes to your mind? Everybody answer. Sid, what's the first one that comes to your mind? 2012 song.
First thing that pops in my hand is Gangnam Style.
What about you, Spirit?
When I think of what?
What's the first song that comes to your mind when you think of 2012?
I think like Sid said, Gundam Style, but I'm thinking Pon Pon Pon.
Oh, did that come out in 2012?
No.
I don't know.
Songs that came out in 2012. What about you, Stein?
I personally don't listen to. Let me rephrase. I don't keep up with the music releases of 2012. I mainly listen to like the older things.
Medusa?
Yes.
Since when is Yes a song?
No, I was asking what do you want?
Yes.
Medusa, I know what Maka wants you to do, but, well, actually, that's two things. So, when you think of 2012, what do you think in terms of songs?
Oh God. Honestly, I think of Gangnam Style because it's just everywhere.
Tsubaki?
Honestly, I have given up on current music after Gangnam Style came out, technically. It's not this is a song, it's just everywhere, and it's annoying the crap out of me now.
Yeah, even
That's
Psy.
your own fault.
Just said it was annoying to him. It's kind of bad when the song that makes your success annoys you.
It's almost at 1 billion views on YouTube. People should push it until the final.
Hey, it's
Before
Guinness
Christmas,
Book
it
of
should
World
be 1
Records.
billion views.
This podcast is not funded by Psy or Gangnam Style or Papa Way.
I wish it was.
I don't.
So here's his 2012 rendition of it. It is, in my opinion, in 2012, if you had to pick a song that defined 2012, would be Gundam Style, because it literally was 6 months worth of Gundam Style, and it
I don't know. I can
there.
argue with that. I would argue that Call Me Maybe was kind of a big deal, just because
It was, then
Gangnam Style.
Gundam Style killed Call Me Maybe.
But
It literally
Style-
just straight. Justin Bieber
Yeah,
did that
but
lip syncing
look
thing.
the type of we are in. Of course, Gangnam Style is a big thing to us. I mean, how many times was it played at the conventions? A lot.
Everyone.
Every time you turn the corner.
I mean, it was a lot bigger to us than it was to like people I work with. Like,
Actually, something my friend Key and I discussed. We're really big into following the current internet memes. Back when Neon Cat was really popular and taking off, we noticed that as soon as it hit the market, as soon as it hit TV, it died. I mean, there wasn't a single. The only actual out of the way mention of it we see now is people cosplaying the Pop-Tart cat, and that's it. Because I mean, it's on T-shirts. It was in a commercial for energy drink recently, and after that, we just haven't heard anything. And it was the same way for the troll faces. Now that they're on the shirts, Hot Topic, we're not seeing them so much anymore. I don't know what it is. But I think when something that originated as just a joke to be used on the internet, i.e. a meme, takes form in the marketing world, it loses its fan base.
well, I don't want to get too into that, but I would just say some of that has to do with marketing something that they didn't technically make. Like, the people who are profiting off of the troll face t-shirts, they are not the ones who came up with that. You're never really going to know who came up with that. But it's definitely not the people making money off of it. I could go into more, but really, I guess we should get back on.
So,
I think we're giving Keith time to sit here with the video.
I already have it. Ben had it.
Wow, that's a first. Normally you gotta look for something.
So here's his 2012 rendition. It's DJ Earworm. So, yeah.
Say the full title.
United States.
Yes.
All the hits, one song.
Never had much faith in love or miracles. Yeah, I was dreaming for too long. There's no religion that can save us. So I let it all go. I didn't read the stars so well. And I can't believe you don't know which way is right, which way is wrong. And you should know that ain't hard to tell. You don't know. World on fire. Tonight, I hear your heartbeat tonight. We can burn right. Yeah, I was in the dark looking for somebody.
There is supposed to be yes.
Stuck in that time.
It's actually it's two films. One is a radio station.
Just pumping music. Oh, one choose it, how we use it. I gotta say that. Music, music,
Let's do this one more time. tonight.
Gets on everybody's nerves, especially Medusa's.
Righty then. Maybe it would have worked if I didn't mute my mic, but it should have. Oh,
Okay,
well.
just so you guys know, if you guys make me click any links, this Skype call will crash.
Well, how about you stop looking at phones, you monkey?
Nothing's even open right now, and I can't even save whatever you're sending us.
Just save it afterwards. So... Yes, DJ Worm, and I'm not sure, me and Sid will probably do a video of it this year in our costumes like the cosplayer did that one time. You just gotta figure out who's who, because we look almost exactly the same, minus one person having a weirdly big beard. Oh, now that Maka got her joke in, we now have an artwork picture. All y'all... No, wait. Actually, it's Maka's turn. For fandom, what the F? Maka?
Well, today's fandom, what the F, actually, I was gonna come up with something different, but, like, this is the best rant I've seen on Tumblr in ever, and it's actually about Death the Kid, and how often just he's pictured as this pretty boy with OCD. I'm trying to find the username of it right now because I had it up earlier. Here it is. I'm gonna butcher this username, but I actually reblogged it a while back on Tumblr, and I'll probably reblog it again. It's Aisha, I-C-H-I-C-A. She wrote a huge rant about Dead Kid's portrayal, and he pretty much, in something, who flirts like a pro, and he gets every girl he wants because he's suave, and that's, no, he's not that suave. And it's not that Jeff is this guy who is super pretty and then he's suave. Just throw in an obsession with symmetry and it's Jeff the Kid. No. There is a little bit more to his character than that, but at the same time, he was have friends and he does throw popular parties. But I thought the rant was really good. It's a fairly long rant. I'll link it to the podcast in case you guys are interested, because it's very just perfect. But it is a thing that happens with Kid's character a lot. A lot of people butcher him, and it's sad. And I guess that's it. Does anybody have anything they want to add to that?
Yes, I do. A lot of the fandom always goes like, Death the Kid's so symmetrical. He's always obsessed with symmetry, but no people actually talk about why he's obsessed with symmetry. It's like they don't know. And I would like to say it's even proven. The manga tells you why he's obsessed with symmetry. Which is because when he was younger, his dad was teaching him about the way of the world, so he was talking about the battle between good and bad. Dad was saying it's not like you wipe everything out, it's more of a balance. Balance. Death the Kid's symmetry obsession comes with this ideal of a perfect balance on both sides of the world, which translates into perfect balance between the left and the right side, which will be what he states in the first episode. So yeah, for all the people who don't know where it comes from, that's where it comes from. This is also seen when Death the Kid goes in his madness form, and where symmetry turns to nothingness. Everything. The madness of order. Congratulations, you've learned something. Please take that with you. I'm done.
And on that, I would actually say that Death the Kid, he is really a perfectionist, and he's in a position where he's going to be a perfectionist. I mean, his dad is the god of death. He's next in line to be the god of death. That's a little bit of pressure there, so he probably wants things to be perfect. But he is definitely not this pretty suave boy who is every character's love interest because he's pretty and suave. it's really irritating how fangirls just objectify characters like that. And what's more irritating is, at the same time, we talk about wanting girls objectified and how it's okay for them to do that to every guy here.
I object the fucking people.
Automatically mad.
You also cut the out of people
Okay,
also.
finally.
Stein's allowed to objectify people because he cuts them open after he's done.
That is true.
You are an object. Now lie down.
No. Technically in the room. Just saying. He is more fun to
Yeah, hands off.
Spirit, you are an object. Now stay still.
I like how Papa missed the part where I told you to cut him. That's what we call in the business.
That's what we call teamwork, Spirit.
We call that delusional, actually, Professor Stein.
So now that we're done with that, we're going back to Medusa. Would you like to teach us about anything?
Yeah, sure. Since everyone's talking about the end of the world, my segment is on the end of the world, and how it's not going to end, because I really don't think it's going to.
Medusa has spoken!
I have a few reasons why. The Mayan calendar is just a misunderstanding. It's considered one of the most significant hieroglyphic finds in decades, but even though it has the end date of December 21st, 2012, it did not predict doomsday. Mayans have a number of calendars, and one of them, the quote long count, is used to record past and future events. They have other calendars. This one just so happens to end on the 21st. Also, the Mayans did not count in leap year in their calendars. So if doomsday was going to happen on, their end date, it would have happened decades ago because they did not include leap year. The whole thing about the planets huddling, it's not going to do anything. It's done it before. That happens all the time.
They're not even actually lining up this time, from what I understand.
Well, this is also what I'm reading on this page. On December 21st, 2012, our sun will line up with the Milky Way's center or galactic equator, but no, this will not cause harm to any Earthlings. This is very normal. It occurs every 26,000 years. Apparently, I don't believe that personally. I don't believe that the world is over 5,000 years old, but it says that the Earth would have ended millions of times already. Evidently, this is an evolutionist talking. That's one of their other reasons. And there are Mayans.
The Earth has been proven to be 6 billion years old.
We're not going to get into that because I firmly do not believe that.
Yeah, I don't
my
think
other
I'm
reason.
with me on that because I studied astronomy for like 5 years. You don't want to get me on that.
The other reason is because the Mayans have calendars that continue beyond 2012. That's just basing everything off of the Mayan thing and the stupid planet aligning thing. It's not going to do anything.
Was the current Mayan calendar designed to predict when the sun crosses the equator? The sun's year? Wasn't that the whole point of the Mayan calendar that they're talking about right now, was to predict the sun's path through the Milky Way?
Yeah, it's going to do anything, but it's not.
Medusa, can I say something, please?
Sure.
Okay, the thing that is most likely that could end this world and can actually happen is a solar flare, basically, because it can basically destroy our whole magnetic field and atmosphere, basically. That's more likely to happen than a freak end of the world incident, people. Get that through your freaking heads.
Or
or meteor.
The swapping of the poles, which is...
Yeah, that's still a natural occurrence, too.
Yellowstone volcano erupting, super volcano erupting. those are probably the three things that would change the Earth completely.
Those are the things that will most likely end the world.
As we
And
know.
they've proven it.
So thank you for
Yeah,
that.
if that's the case, we're gonna watch the manga. Sorry.
If the world ended, I would love new physics. I'm just saying.
I would actually just like to add one thing. You'll notice that a lot of the people and like stuff trying to spread the whole world ending thing, they'll often suggest, hey, you should go buy these things from this company that exclusively produces stuff for Doomsday. They make a lot of money off of people just by doing that.
So, thank you for the education, Medusa. And now, our discussion segment as we'll go around. Today, we're going to talk about if you can change one thing about Soul Eater, what would you change? So, we're going to start with the Soul Eater's main character, Maka.
What would I change about Soul Eater?
And prepare to be ripped hands and toes from your statements. Just saying.
I'm ready. It's a lot I would actually change about Soul Eater. I mean, yes, I do love the series, love the fandom, but just small-wise, nitpicky, and I'm not even trying to be a pervert, but the girls are naked in weapon form. The guys are never naked in weapon form. Soul Eater, while it's still a progressive series where it has a female who's the main character, and you don't have to hear all this crap about, oh, it's girl power, and they fight on the same level with the guys, there's still just that sexism that's still there, and that's in all anime, so I can't really get on Soul Eater that too much. But plot-wise, a lot of characters don't have development. Like, poor Tsukaki, she got a lot of development early on, and then she's just kind of in the background. Liz and Patty especially. Yeah, I think they're the
You
worst.
want Liz and Patty to have character development.
They just don't get a lot of it. When it came time for them to have a chance
Patty's a psycho.
to save Kid, Black Star goes and does it. What? Really? I know Black Star and Kid have a bromance. I'd like to see his weapons have a connection with him. I guess that's fun.
You have to remember, Patty is a psychopath.
She did beat Black Star in a battle.
I repeat, she's a psychopath.
No, really.
So moving on, Spirit Sensei. If you can change one thing about Soul Eater, what would you change?
Give me more screen time.
Now seriously, because we don't need more Spirit screen time.
Yeah, no. Less, in fact, would be great.
Sid Sensei.
How about the fact that I'm not dead? Even though I do a lot.
No, that's an important plot.
Even though I do a lot of awesome. Even I do a lot of stuff when I'm dead.
Krillin. There we go.
If Sid took out a life insurance policy and now he's a zombie, can he collect on it?
Dude, I hate to tell you this. Insurance for DWMA is the best type of insurance you will ever have. We have okay. Other places have crappy insurance. We have Stein insurance.
That's really all you need.
You are all forcible organ donors.
But
I
When
don't
the
mind.
paper
real
says, do you
note?
want to be an organ donor? It says yes. There's no no box.
But on a real note, let's see. What? The one thing that I would change. The fact that in the anime that Maka punched a Kichin with the power of friendship. No.
It was technically a power of courage, but yeah, same
It
idea.
wasn't. If it was the power of friendship, I would have had help. Just saying. just.
You did have
It's your
help. All your help was
choose card
laying there
game.
on the ground.
Exactly, that's what I'm
I'm gonna-
saying. My help would have been awake if it was the power of friendship. And whenever you say the power of courage, you have to do jazz hands. You have to say the power of courage. And you have to emphasize the word courage, and you have to do jazz hands. Otherwise, you're not saying it right.
What's bad is in my head, that's exactly what you just did. I saw that whole thing when you did that.
I actually physically just did that. You're welcome.
I know, that's the sad part. I saw it.
I'm glad. I wanted you to see it. I was working on building that
did-
mental for you.
So moving
I
on
didn't
to Stein,
need to see it.
if you
Yo.
could change one thing about Soul Eater, what would you change?
More Blair.
Okay,
I don't think he really
continuing on.
cared.
Tsubaki, if you could change one thing about Soul Eater, what would you change?
I thought that would have been unspoken. I would have made Black Star less of a god, really. Easier for him to kill and get out of my hair.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, but the bending light thing just pissed me off. Everything before that was fine. The fact that he got godlike abilities to bend light and throw it back at someone pissed me off.
He's your partner.
Besides that, though, less spirits.
Thank you, Tsubaki. Thank you.
Patty, if you can change one thing about Soul Eater.
Okay. Y'all know I love Death the Kid. Apparently, I'm his weapon. But I would love it if Death the Kid had more spazzes over stuff not being symmetrical, and every one of the characters being smartasses and rearranging Death the Kid's room.
Keelik. Next, when it gets close to Christmas time next year, we need to get a camera because me, Sid, and a friend of ours, we have a certain plan that we're gonna do to a Death the Kid costume.
Oh! I remember that now.
God.
I'm gonna dress up as Gokai Christmas, who is a Christmas Power Ranger who's half green, half red, and the visor is not symmetrical at all. A friend is going to be dressed up as Go On Wings, who's gold on one half, silver on the other half. Visor's completely messed up and nothing symmetrical about it. And then another friend's going to be dressed up as Kamen Rider W, who's half green, half black, has different symbols on each side. We're all going to find a Death the Kid cosplay, and we're all going to join hands, and we're going to run around in circles around Death the Kid. All the asymmetry will probably cause him to have a freaking seizure.
Papa, that's my friend.
So, now it's my turn. If I can change one thing about Soul Eater, and y'all can comment on this, I was thinking about two things. The first thing would be, I was a little confused, or a little taken back, because it might take away from the story, but technically the way it's going right now, it would probably not really do much. Because a lot of the story we got this current chapter was the same thing over and over, plus fighting and Black Star being Black Star.
The moon lost a tooth.
The moon did lose a tooth, and Black Star picked up the set tooth and threw it off the moon. But if Soul Eater was a weekly instead of a monthly, it might take away for a little. It might allow more input to the story.
I think it's allow more input.
It might allow more input to the story. But it'll probably hurt the writer in the long run. And secondly, I would love to see more of Blair-like people, because having her as the only one really just makes it not really seems like it was just a plot device for her to do that because it merely makes no sense completely at all anymore. So those are probably the two things I would change. Oh, and we need a new anime. Sucked. Everything
I will
after
just say
episode
this
34
for the
was
anime comment. At the rate the manga's going, you might not be complaining about the old anime.
Hey, I'm gonna hate it if the anime ends, if the manga ends the way the anime does. I'm gonna be annoyed. I'm just gonna look at manga and say no,
Dude,
no more.
is not gonna end
I'm
the way
done.
the anime ended at this point. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything because I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
As long as the fandom doesn't force it, we're fine. Like the way that they forced Obito.
like the last 3 chapters of Soul Leader would probably fit in one episode, and they're 40 pages each.
Yeah.
Get through all those in one episode.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for something amazing to happen. It's probably not going to do anything till Kid actually gets back to the moon. So
Even the art style has gone downhill.
Tiny Feet.
Yeah, tiny feet.
I still say my favorite arc was Yababa Castle.
I think that was the best. Like, I'm pretty sure the whole fandom kind of considers that the best part.
So, is there anything else you want to say before we end this episode?
Nope, I think that's got it.
Alright, so this is episode 16.
Hey, I got a question.
So close. Yes?
Who here likes puzzles?
I do. I love puzzles.
Time's a cookie.
Well, oh, good God, I'm gonna kill that parrot. Okay, go watch Five Brain, and then you won't like puzzles anymore.
Oh, no thanks. I'd rather
I
keep my love of strategy.
I'm working on a puzzle right now.
I repeat, go watch Five Brain. You won't like puzzles anymore.
No.
Because when you get when you have an anime surrounded in nothing but the salvation of puzzles, that makes me just want to stop. Even thinking about puzzles. The guy from the anime can solve a Sudoku puzzle in less than 30 seconds.
No thanks.
No.
I'd rather keep my love of strategy and puzzles.
Alright, so now this is episode 16 of the Soul Leader podcast, so what are we going to name it?
Phoenix Down.
Did you say Phoenix Down?
Yeah.
Less Spirit, more Blair.
Hey.
I like that. I like that a lot. Bucky, this is why we're FFL.
That exactly is why she is nothing but fan service for the series.
She totally is.
You know, one of these days, I'm gonna get a new power, and I'm gonna chop all of your heads off.
And it'll still be fan service-licious.
Yeah, but you'd be dead at least.
Yeah.
Except Keelan.
Hey, there's an anime we need to shove you in because literally it's nothing but fan service completely. It's females fighting, schoolgirl outfits, and boobs.
Are you talking about Rosario Vampire?
That is it. No, it's
Because you described that in a nutshell.
That's a little bit.
That was pretty much fan service though. But like how did fan service in a zombie apocalypse. But back to the topic at hand.
It was still a zombie apocalypse.
It was fan service zombie apocalypse. For the people in the zombie apocalypse. Back to the topic at hand, the naming of the episode. I like more Blair, less Spirit.
Yes!
Same here.
So that's what we're gonna name it.
Yay,
This
so
has
proud.
been Soul Leader Podcast, episode 16.
Later.
More Blair, less Spirit. And this is Keelan Wong signing off, so everyone else.
Hey, we got done before midnight. That's a first.
Like 9 minutes.
Too close.
9 minutes, probably half our podcast down later.
Yeah, I know. Everybody went to sleep. We just were dropping people.
Well, I
she did
would
say
have
she was
gone
going
to
to go
bed,
kill
but I'm
people.
just the call.
Medusa said she was going to go kill things.
Stein probably went with her.
Tried. Did.